Welcome. My name is Daniel, and in this video we are going to explore Javonet, which is a powerful tool that simplifies cross-language integration for developers. Whether you are working with Java, .NET, Python, Ruby, or other languages, Javonet provides a seamless way to bridge the gap. So let's dive in. What is Javonet? Javonet is basically an advanced runtime bridging technology that allows direct method calls between different programming languages and modules. And it eliminates the need for additional integration layers, making cross-platform development faster and more efficient. So you can go ahead and visit the Javonet website, but the key takeaway is that this is an advanced runtime bridging technology. It allows direct method calls between different languages, and it eliminates integration layers. Javonet supports a wide range of programming languages, which include Python, Perl, C#, .NET, Ruby, etc. So on their website, you can find the full arsenal of programming languages which are supported. And what's more important is that you are allowed to, or you are supported to develop your bridges between these technologies on Windows, macOS, and Linux operating system. When we are talking about different benefits that Javonet provides, we have two distinct categories. One is the benefit for the business, and the other is the benefit for developers. So again, on the website, you will find a more detailed overview of these benefits, but just to highlight a couple of them. One is increased efficiency. Basically, it is going to allow you to reduce development time by using existing modules directly. After that, in turn, it is going to allow you to save money, so cost saving. You can lower the cost by avoiding extra development and maintenance. And another key benefit is that it is going to allow you to be flexible, so you can more easily upgrade or modify external modules. And in turn, it is going to simplify the development, so it will eliminate the need for additional development artifacts. So once again, increased efficiency, cost savings, flexibility, and simplified development. Let's take a look at how Javonet works. So Javonet bridges different programming environments by enabling method calls between them. For example, if you have a Python application which wants to call a Ruby module or Ruby library, you can do that. Or if you have a Java application that wants to call .NET libraries, you can also in turn do that. And you can do this vice versa. So you can call Java from .NET application and so on. And this is all within a single operating system process. So what this allows is to have high performance and full safety without the need for code modifications. Let's wrap it up. So you can make, for example, Java calls to .NET libraries, Python calls to Ruby libraries, and so on. And you also have high performance and full safety. And you do not have to modify your existing code base. Javonet can be used in different or various scenarios. One specific scenario is when you have a device SDK. So you want to integrate device-specific SDKs across all platforms. Another scenario would be that you have backend components. So you want to access backend functionalities developed in different languages. For example, you have a Java application that wants to access a .NET backend, or a Python application that wants to access a Ruby backend. And you also have UI controls, so you can embed UI elements from one technology into the applications of another. And basically, what we could sum up is that you are allowed to interact with device SDKs, backend controllers, and UI components. Let's prepare the environment. So in order to access the arsenal of Javonet, what you have to do is to lay the foundations. In this example, I'm going to show you how you can call .NET libraries from Python code, because Python is my main profile. That's what I'm good at. And what I'm going to do is to spice it up a little bit. So I have a Raspberry Pi device, and we are going to set up .NET on Raspberry Pi, and then prepare the Python module, and in turn, check out the example. So how do we get .NET to Raspberry? If you go to Google and search for deploying .NET apps on ARM single board computers, you will find this curl command. You just have to execute it in your shell, and then you have to adjust your .bashrc file. This is going to make sure that you have in your path the appropriate directories to reach the .NET libraries. And I have already done that. So when I issue .NET -- version, you will see that it responds that the .NET Core 7.0.410 is installed. So now what I'm going to do is to create a virtual environment. Let's call this Javo. And once the environment is there, I can use source javo bin activate and then pip install javonet python SDK. So once this package is installed, I should be able to start my example. If you follow along, you have to make sure that you activate your virtual environment. In order to make use of the Javonet library that we have just installed on the Raspberry Pi device, what we have to do is to register on the site. So we can go to the try for free and we can enter our email, gmail.com. We set a password, of course, we watch out for security, and we provide our name. And once the process completes, we are going to be greeted by an email, which is going to give us an activation key. And this is going to be basically what we need to use the Javonet library. Let's take a look at how we can demonstrate this simple library, how we can call .NET libraries from Python code. So we are going to need the activation key. So let's copy it. And here we are going to create our demo.py script. So what we need here is to import from javonet.sdk the Javonet class, and we call the javonet.activate, and we are going to paste our license key. This is valid for 30 days, so you have plenty of time to experiment with it. So once this is done, we can create our net core type, or rather runtime, with the javonet.in memory net core. And once this is done, we can use the net core type with the net core runtime get type, and we reference the system.math, and we call the execute. So let's fix the typo I have noticed. So net core runtime. And then what we can get is a response. And this response comes from the net core type dot get static field. And we are going to call the py and that execute. And what we can do is to grab the value. So the result is going to be response.getValue, and basically we have to print the result. So technically this getValue is going to convert the result from the .NET specific type to a Python compatible type. And if you are familiar with .NET or how the system mass module works, you may have already guessed that this is going to be the name or the value of pi. So now all that is left for us to do is to call it. And as you can see on our console, we can see the value of pi. With these simple steps, we are able to set up Javonet and start leveraging its powerful integration capabilities in our projects. So for detailed instructions and support, we can always refer to the Javonet documentation. So let me show you where it is. If you go under developers and go to the guides, it is, I think, pretty fancy how they resolved it. So technically you select the Javonet version, and once you have it, you can select what language you want to code in, and then you select the appropriate and compatible library, the language that you want to use, and after that you are going to get your own tutorials. So my hope was to give you detailed insight about this tool, and I would like to thank you for watching, and hopefully now you understand how Javonet can benefit your projects and your daily lives. Happy coding!